Hey guys, what is up, my fellow Ojamans? Coming at you with another deck profile. This is a kind of a stall deck I've been working on for a little while. I did take a little bit of the idea from the OCG just because they had some cards that worked really well with it, and I kind of threw in some cards that they weren't playing and kind of made it my own. So let's get into it real quick. So first of all, we're going to go into the kind of the stall monsters. Got Inspector Border, really good stall monster. Neither player can activate monster effects as long as there's, no Xyz or Links or Pendulums or anything like that on the field. And that can stop a lot of stuff. Fossil Dyna, when it's flipped, it destroys all special summon monsters, and then while it's face up, neither player can special summon. And to take it a step further, we got Vanity's Fiend. Again, nobody can special summon while it's on the field, and it's 2400, so it's pretty strong. And then the main kind of win condition of the deck: triple gren maju, new Orochi Snake, Eater of Millions, and then the two Necrovase. So gren maju, obviously really good. For every banished card you have, he gains 400 attack and defense. Orochi Snake banishes 8 cards face down from the top of your deck to special summon itself, and it's a quick effect, so you can do it on either player's turn. And then once per turn, you can banish 3 cards from your extra deck to pop a card on the field. Eater of Millions banishes 5 cards either from your hand, field, or extra deck face down, and then special summons itself, and then banishes a card that it battles face down, and it gains 100 for every card that's banished face down, so you can beef it up pretty quick. Necroface, if it gets banished face up, it banishes 5 cards from the top of both players' decks, and then if it's normal summoned, it shuffles all banished cards back into the deck, and then gains 100 for each card that was shuffled back into the main deck. So that's kind of our recursion card. Usually you want to do that if your gren maju play isn't working out, but yeah, it helps you make the game go a little bit longer if you need it. Let's get in, and that's the monster lineup. Let's get into the spells. Kind of a low spell count. Running 3 Desires, 3 Duality, and 2 Twin Twisters. We're not too worried about back row. We have a lot of back row disruption as well as monster disruption, so 2 Twin Twisters is good. Pot of Desires, obviously really good just because it helps beef up our gren maju, and Pot of Duality because we're stopping a lot of special summons. So the only monsters that really special summon themselves are Orochi Snake and Eater of Millions. And Orochi Snake can be summoned on our opponent's turn, so we're not too worried about that. And that winds up the spells. For the traps, we got triple Crackdown, triple Impermanence, triple Compulse, 1 Macros Cosmos. These are kind of our disruptions. So Crackdown, obviously take your opponent's monster. You can use it to tribute for Vanity's Fiend, or we have some link plays. Compulse, send stuff back to the hand. Impermanence is also obviously really good. And Macros Cosmos, anything that would be sent to the graveyard is banished instead, so that can hurt a lot of decks, especially if you get an early game. Things like Sky Strikers, they're trying to get their spells in the graveyard, and if they can't put them in the graveyard, they're basically stuck. And then the last few cards we have are kind of our solemn cards. So we got 3 Judgment and 2 Strike. Basically, no special summoning, and no summoning or activating spell or traps in general. So that kind of stops everything. Your goal with this deck is to stall as much as you can until you can get gren maju big enough that you can just swing over for game, or you can be a little cheeky and just set gren maju and let your opponent tack into it, and they can get hit for a lot of damage. If it's later game and you've already banished, like 28 cards, then they're basically going to be attacking to game themselves. When that rounds up our main deck, get into the extra deck here. So we got Link Rebo, Security Dragon, Akashic Magician, and then Nightmares, Phoenix Cerberus and Unicorn, got one Decode Talker, and then the new Topologic, the Zero Bolos. What this one does is if a monster is special summoned to a link zone it points to, then you banish the entire field, and then on the next standby phase of yours, it special summons itself back, and then it gains 200 attack for each banished card, and that includes your opponents as well. So, pretty good, and you can actually make him pretty easily. Just 2+ effect monsters, and Crackdown basically lets us use our opponent's monsters to do that. And then Boral Load, Boral Sword, pretty self-explanatory there. And through my testing, I found that I ended up having multiple level 4s on the field. I either had like Necroface and Inspector Border, or multiple Inspector Borders. It just happened a lot. So what I did is I threw in some rank 4s, Tornado Dragon, Castell, and then Cowboy, just because Cowboy for game is still a really, really fun way to win. So that's kind of the deck profile right now. I am testing a 50-card version that uses like Soul Absorption and Pot of Extravagance, and then a few other cards added in. Extravagance is still a little bit out of my price range, so I probably won't be able to, afford that for quite a while. But yeah, this is a pretty fun deck. I took it to locals last night. I did pretty well. Basically, it just says no to your opponent. They can't do anything. So it's really annoying to deal with, and then just being able to swing over with a 10,000 attack monster is pretty fun. But yeah, that's the deck profile. I've been pretty excited about it for a while. There were just a few cards that were pretty hard to find, but I finally got them. Wanted to showcase it for you. Let me know what you guys think. Remember to like, subscribe, and keep sharing my videos. Thank you guys. Have a great day.